Mbal, welcome la current affairs show Talata Lumba. Go with audio on the scene. Okay, Mbal come on Facebook, YouTube, and in TikTok. I'll welcome back. Nata al bel lamoy ni ñing continuer rek al ni momo TikTok kan son alo awa konde sa wol pawne dol kata YouTube le YouTube. Okay, mari ngol mbal konto na bakem famata demanding. Na sangole soto na kafu membe Gambia tintinto. Ye muta fati UDP kafolom na alpha ba dole bije melbe na forum ko na yalla may nga announce ka fay oncle Babukar Mane wala min jodda ni arjumalun tambila defo man kibaro nyin kala muta fol ngamera fo sibito wara dimaso memba dole ya fodje keba nyin ala konyin ala sayanyin adundan na bakele because amuna melbe na forum ko no akanaje every morning ka samaro ke kamul ka dua mo la tela ka chabi mu dualti abuka dabla ni politique di amol nanara ka se dua mo be yar fan ke bani meta sasare ne ngamera tema kalamuta so amin your data al nga dua alamani manin ka fukla din sabanti frito malbe alama ala la jon sone ma ala atata damin alama jefi sala duniyati ala dimbal fa nga duwe ala musuma fatima mba konto no sangola be kafu dingol be sondo na sangola Mr. Manja wolu kada tida wolu dole ko nga date ni check so maybe not date for na rontale but ngo for na jibi 2025 be wolu to manta 2024. Thank you so much for alerting me. Nga nyomi nga yale kajan nga nyomi nga yale kajan de nga neji is the 15th of July but nga membe YouTube for na go for na edit Monday 2024 sija. Wow, maybe I must have mistakenly typed 2024. Thank you very much for alerting me to that. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Because Jimmy Nabe can and I do apologize. So, bedwala 73 alama to so I'll be said do a mbal fanan danila do ala la mo kende jamal be ni programme jibe kan ngali ala ko shita ala la bak jama babel la moy kam mbal fanan dan la se doy onkul mani alama ne manin ko forgala alama alay la jom sone mandala ni 73 to you guys may have to watch me with that camera because this thing is telling me that my camera ñu ñaanal aji juuti let's reset this. Okay. Version because the camera is okay. So Melialongo. Okay, can you guys see me on the screen now? Okay. Can you guys see me on the screen? Okay. If you guys can see me on the screen, let me know. Okay. So I think I'm there, unless I have a couple of and I think today is current affairs show. Today is what? Tuesday, the 15th of July. Let me edit that as well. Okay, from that, I want to thank everybody yesterday. Molme comment can post to my daughter graduated yesterday. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alpha Kalafin, proud day for me. Na momo yen cross social media, I don't put my kids on social media, but yesterday was a one-off because it is a rare occasions. They go through the hard work of university education. Maybe university education experience are not easy. Sitting for exams, it's our fail knowledge. Ela thesis, ela dissertation, it's our fail knowledge. Graduation of just like that. It's hard work. Like a graduation because I'm more like a graduate. I'm going to the university graduate. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Mbalbi tento la mail poster. Meli a message o kinyan privately. Meli a comment on the status of Balala Barakala dual from Al Mijabila. So anunga message o sending that daughter for analysis. She really appreciates your congratulations messages. I spoke to her. Nadia Mdale then Nafaiko, na friends all. They really sent congratulations. She said thank you to all of you. It was a joyous occasion for us, and Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, they can do dua. But Momo Yentelong, I never post pictures of my kids on social media. I don't even talk about them. Even when they went to GCSEs, they all did very well. They got fantastic results. I think two of my girls, they got their A star, A, B, and all these things in their grades, but I never post their academic credentials here. I keep their lives out of social media. But yesterday I said to her, I sought her permission because Yalan Jandini only because yeke social dolby so for on this occasion, Fonsala Fengo post no and she said, yeah, I'm not going to so na post some balbe tentola all about it called J. All I was fixated on that celebration, and it really was a great joy for me as a dad, and great joy for all of us to actually celebrate that moment of success. So Melvan and Dingolman graduate, Alamibe graduate a Karakono. They graduate a Kofanam, Alamadu Kusuro Sonale Bulu. Animal Manda University, because Amanko University is the alpha and omega of everything. Don't need no Dolby Bukalafikata University. Amanko General University is more like individual choices. Dolby they will be successful through skills training and even get more money and get paid than people who go to university, school skill learning. And Dolby they want to be into sports. More ila passion mobility. Well, life determiner. So Allah Barak, thank you to everybody for doing that. I appreciate back. I really feel valued as your comrade here in the diaspora. Okay, Nimbado Ngadun Kachakono, Gambia ko Kachabuka Bang. Adama Boro has started again. Adama is upset with social media. Adama Basiso Konkonna. Ako modul de diaspora de chapi la. Namra I always use chapi. Ako natata fon wala ko dimola atina because sino no. Whatever from baro ite sino la. Ite to sino bali ala drum because mola chapi. Tolbe chapi la. Chapi. Baro dinan chapi be chapi wati. Nyin chapi wala ite sindi nyin palasor. Biri ya jame be nyin chapi le ke foite fon lota jang. E ko to mal kan nyoni nin ka bi social media. Bari nde yalon mome yalon ko fisir wallolom ala kubuka mo jahali. Bina kon dundu nyan dandang nyim baro men gallo akondol ka chapi le ako wotumo UDP wotumo biritol be lola ka kelo biru barobe UDP baro fongo laran ka dunnalle kono because UDP melka lo podium oto wotumo ya jami biji baro ko lo podium do baro mu laran ate fanan ka tal laran dale koto hani melbe laran da ko wala fi sada adam baroti jumale adama baro tolom before 2016 UDP kala solo sande molio lonne falan songo wol molio lonne Alaju Sunu Daba Molio Lonne. Femi Peters wol molio lonne, and the list goes on. Ajaratu Yamundaw Ge Yabo, Ajaratu Sukaina Ka, Ajaratu Mariam Bishek, molio lonne. But Jumale Adama Baro long before ya ta primaries. Nte o malong. Wala na molga nyonyi ninkajang. Adama fo kewolon fu muso biko Adama to waka keno kewoti la kaka muso di Gambia. So bi wala ka chapi Adama Baro le chapi ka microphone odo because akwate mu press dangoleti. Yaje ni ko mol ka chapi itelen chapi la number 1 because ite mu talent folaleti no mu story tellaleti. Adama ite tamita chapi o fongolale. Jani ya fengo fe mu fontoli mba murundile mal. Because ndol social media le ndol nga times already ite nyon chapi la le Gambia Adama bi wala ka lo ka fo mol ben ka chapi jang biri mole falindroke Adama le dunta plane wala tata hi short sanctuary malo fe sanctuary lon tubabu ka ngotole bang ila advisors also from France because ila tubabu ka man sanaya e man tubabu ka you don't know what is sanctuary no lonne but you short sanctuary in Dakar Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the late president of Nigeria, Mohammed Buhari, Alamande Mani Kafurkelai, wolen nata banko kan pour ke kuru sin de dumbi plenola yitete sama Mali ibota Mali data si Dakar biri yaaje me banko kan iko tete na la ni banko kan ni yaaje me mom funti wala na yaaje me funti na because mol ma on sam na jamme tata exile because jamme follow akate be sila kalila aita famine but Adama Barrow ko ECOWAS ko atete sila banko kan jamme CJ so san jumalon ke kulati jumalon ke jote woti ntol ni Barrow because greater member game ite be president elect commander in chief iko ya jamme ba banko kan ya jamme 5 funti ite CJ bitale kana ikafo mole control ka chapi ya je ko ika diata kanjola jatoti ala nin tol chapi lal bi ite mulungu falinta ila muso mulungu falinta yaje hadama dingo manyane ke fisir walloti way okay Lamin Keita membe YouTube alon ko be UDP platform leto itina mo la platform to nak yedu mo la bunkono yesi ala salo kono ika kuma mane o faye nko ali horomo long ndema fe kana banta baji bede bari tina UDP la korda kono ika fu UDP wo fulu fel 2026 nkanaje ya sofe jam kotenki ise mo lo criticize bari tina mo la korda kono ite beta wandi korda kono le ka korda tiyo ni ka doya ka siela salo kono jamu UDP la korda le ni nyi ka jam kotenki you are out of this platform and ni la fitan Tesla approve come and listen to us but jamu UDP la platform le itina mo lo suo kono ika disrespect. Let's have decorum. Afoko, you don't support UDP. I understand that. Afoko, you don't subscribe to UDP ideas. That's fine. But if nila javo han tolbe fail and tolbe jande pruka UDP agenda wafi. Nila fidolo teta si platform dodo. Ninga je ya safe jam kotenga I'll block you from this platform. And if you want to test me, just do it again. Within tingle of an eye, you're out. So memem vogan jang Adama Barrow tinala jang a control diaspora nkol ka chapi de. Bari jaram ngalo ne ko fake account lom al Sheriff Aba bari whether is fake yalon fake account lom mole ba ko is not robot ibuke nyaale tande doron but it's a human being behind it so human face member behind me wala block la de atina la janga kulubali yaken don la platform no lolo du fi am dede da nga duga ci keri jambo nga won yar ak tegen ni dara wala korda ko ni ka kulwoni ko mo tande ji jamu UDP la platform lati ni man la fi UDP la kan la UDP platform la as simple as that bari la fi dal la moy nak because tol ngalo ne ko ndol bugar UDP dingol dama address bari tina la jaye marabal ya tandi fanan ko ngo accept so Barrow ndese hu se dili de mbe jabi dale anu ngalo mo jamala be jabi dale itolon number 1 chapi lati o banko kan Momenga ko 500 meter kabatri yalon tol diaspora jang mo buga si akate seleta 500 kabatri la diaspora jang motel momal jang akate ka fure wolle ko wuli adam etele wol be fo so jumalon chapi lati ite no number 1 chapi lati man fay chapi man tammi nyina nak ikoy safole di la kata fure wol wuli yalon tol diaspora jang ndol ga diamo jang ni data BMG wol ga diamo la plava bari wol namalan si kanyin talim wol fode wol kan real issue sur le discourse baro ite long ya genande ka number 1 chapi be pare ite ko mol buga laranda ko baro 2014 2015 2013 2012 ibe no minto le foy nana lotale ya jamme challenge o banko kamba ite moli hanyindi coalition of 7 political parties and 1 independent haninte sewu sedile ni mbabbu be hanyilale coalition o alaji usenu dabo wotuma ka campaign oke coalition o buga bambu UDP damala ka hanyika ya jamme criticize okay wala nyante siso konkonna ya foko hanyita jamme musalale bari ite man hanyi fo birin coalition o e bambu and wotumo fawni bela moto kono ike kungo dundile ibuka hanyi so dukare baro moli yelo ne bari mbew bula ke ba sabali wolle bul wolle bine jabar ba wolle ka kudo kiyanu nte de nte na manan ko di kiye bari ndenga na donation ko GDF le akon nol ko yalla adama baro yaje gambe ngapula mol alima sila alala ite be mo jama juka sise wol wolle ka si radio o GDF je kal online radio ko collection of ila former vice president ni nga fata madam Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang abe balure ni nde kundingo madam Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang te sewu sedli premier freedom ayen safe vibe ako ali wuli ali ta donation nyini madam Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang nyini ka adama baro ngol tata radio to ye advocacy ke ye kodo ke bi baro le kal lojang aka foko wolma hani bututo ke coalition ya bar adama baro adama politiko man jere nyina adama ngamira na kaburo la fanan ungratefulness moro bi ko tungare hadama dungo me alon ko fisir wallolo ni mo man silale man sila mola fisir wallo hadama dingo wallahi talla anyom kunu lom balo abuka ye koku kaya nyina tala wolet atebe bidoro bari barole lota jan ka diaspora tento alo video bi janne alo audio bi janne so bi di baro ko mol ka chapi du ko mo kana kamfa du ga tolo number 1 chapi lati yalo ndese usedi le ngam fon tammi ni nale kana banta ba ka tali lake ha ndeka sele 500 kaba 3 meter la ndenka ta si nga kata fure wala fure nde president ya manjere wala fa moy safodi hani mole safodi na konyo ko tayta fure ko wori wala be kala president wala ben kala billionaire mba fala en fata ndeta o kala fure o to ko ngoro ndela ka safoko bari baro ite yol be ke janne okay so mina nyin kloto Jan nar hamnane yow ite be korontori wala nte la programme ntele ka fu metto people men discourse la so you just wait, you are just here to listen to that because atola life day is about Mr. Dabo atolu yende ngana ndewo ak Alhaji Ousainou Dabo ndeki ak Alhaji Ousainou Dabo reer ak Alhaji Ousainou Dabo jent Alhaji Ousainou Dabo lolo ta yow sa first comment, what is your honest opinion about Mr. Dabo's support for Batambedu? So don't try to distract me. I'm dealing with Barrow first, then I will discuss other issues. There is one thing also, before I proceed. Yaja Gambia, Nyaka Janga. Soko wahe yenen niti, and for the saga. We have to be conscious. Gambia needs civic education. There is low degree of wants to silence me. If I hear anybody put that narrative, I said you must check yourself in terms of your consciousness. Because kunekanga amsa account, everybody has got your TikTok, you got your WhatsApp. If I want today, I can go to the WhatsApp audio, the audio, the record, just like Mbemba Drame is doing. Anybody, people have forgotten. So where does this nonsensical idea of somebody wants to silence me? Can somebody help me? Where does it come from? What powers does Sehu Sedili have to silence anybody? Who is Sehu Sedili? Who can I elevate? Who can I control? So the idea is nonsensical. I'm going to throw it in the trash can. Okay? We want us to elevate our discussion, but we don't want to devalue our discussion to this idea of playing victim card, where you will say somebody wants to silence me just because your consciousness is at ground zero. If you're aware Me, I will never say somebody wants to silence me. You will never hear that from Sekou Sedili. I have never said it during the struggle because I know I cannot be silenced unless if I want to be silenced, only Almighty Allah can silence me. Because if Almighty Allah doesn't want me to talk, I will not talk. If Almighty Allah doesn't want me to sit down, I will not sit down. So yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the mighty creator who can silence us within a second, within a twinkle of an eye. Amata fenna. Halabadi alaleka mo silence ndi. Aning the only other person is for ila parents or ila wulu lalu. Ni wol ko day. Because wulu ala ko ngana wulu lali respect nge danko. Ni wol ko kana nyinke ngoma la le bakela. But apart from that, no political leader can silence us. Adama Barrow cannot silence us. Nobody in the diaspora can silence here. Or to the extent people want to stoop so low to give out a false narrative because you don't want to be scrutinized. Everybody has to be scrutinized. Bantaba should be scrutinized, and we should accept that people should scrutinize us. And that doesn't tantamount to you being silenced. It's out of ignorance. When I hear people, it's just like people here, Gambia, you hear this common phrase, man Gambia largest, country first. You don't hear it in many countries apart from Gambia. Oh, it's about country, man Gambia. Gambia, some political discussion, because our level of consciousness is at ground zero. If you look at it in general terms, Gambia, let's be honest. I'm not insulting anybody. I said it here, other countries, if they can understand Mandinka and Wolof and listen to the level of our discussions, they will just, then you're gonna disrespect. I listened to Senegalese platform one time again. They were speaking so low of us. I listened to them on TikTok. They said, even if they look at us, our mentality on TikTok, that's why our country is where it is. Would you argue with them to a great extent? No. I'm going to come back to Adama Barrow. Then I know Adama Barrow. Man Sekou Sedili, let me say it here. I'm not saying that nobody should criticize Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. But Docomex a topic. UDP is the only topic for certain platforms by and large. And that is bias. That's inherent bias. I would say it. If anybody doesn't want to hear it, well, go and sweep across the Atlantic Ocean. I will say it here. It's apparent. Today, Alhaji Ousainou Darboe spoke about Sarahules. I saw you Kerfado. That's his opinion. And that is not the opinion of UDP people. That's Alhaji Ousainou Darboe's opinion. And every Gambian has a right to analyze what he said, to criticize him, to disagree with him, to say, Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, you should not make that. I have no qualms about that. Because he's a public figure. But look at the very people who are doing it today. What is the difference between tribal politics and regional politics? They are the same. They run in parallel, don't they? They do. They run in parallel. Barrow said here, he is from URR. Mama Kande is from URR. Shehumbal is from URR. He said they should support him just like the Jola supported, people of Fonyi supported APRC, Jame, and Nyani supported Sadauda Karaba Jawara. But did they give Adama Barrow stick for saying that regional politics that is divisive? No. Today, the people who are Alhaji Ousainou Darboe's throats had Barrow said that was divisive. Barrow said it. It's just like when Adiyam Sek said, Alinga Abadi Yafasa, she came under barrage of criticism. This is the inherent bias I have in the platforms, and I'm going to call it out. We will not be quiet about that. You talk, we talk. Because we can, elephant can. Everybody will speak your opinion. Man, anybody who wants to criticize me, super ben gone. I'm used to this. I was in freedom. Then Madame criticized another look. And it gave me courage. The more you criticize me, the more I would speak out. But I'm not here to silence nobody because I don't have power to silence anybody. If anybody thinks somebody can silence you, that is ignorance 101. I'm not part of that ignorance circle because we have to elevate our discussion. But if people are biased towards UDP, for whatever reasons that they know, we will call that out. If anybody sees that we are trying to silence you, well, that's the person's cup of tea. That's Sekou Sedili. Barrow propagated on regional politics here. Dembo by force was the first person who inculcated
tribal politics in Gambia and is the national president of NPP, do you call out Dembo by force for what they're saying that? Alhaji Ousainou Darboe will make a comment, they will jump and make barrage of criticisms. But Dembo by force said it. In fact, he was welcome in certain quarters. Adama Barrow said it. He said him and Mama Kande are from URR. Ese Humbalo is from URR. And he said the people of URR should support him just like Fonyinka supported APRC and also how Nyani people supported Sadauda Karabajawara. What is the difference between that and Alhaji Ousainou Darboe's speech in terms of divisive? If people are saying that is a divisive comment, you see, near Adama Barrow, near Ousainou Darboe criticized, if you're an objective person, you're an objective analysis, you don't have bias in you, you should say both sides and people will take it seriously. That is my problem. And I will air that out. Because if I have an opinion, I'm a Gambian too. Just like you are Gambian. You're no more Gambian than Sekou Sedile. I'm no more Gambian than you. The mouth you have to talk, I have the same mouth to talk that way. If anybody thinks that you are beyond criticism, you're almighty, nobody should criticize you, please lower yourself, lower your ego down. When you enter into politics, when you enter into media, you open yourself to scrutiny. In Gambia, only politicians are scrutinized. Even those of us who are anchors on platforms should be scrutinized. Just like Freedom Radio. When we were there, we were scrutinized. We were being criticized. We've been called all sorts of names. Somebody once called me a tribalist. Yeah, I had the audio. In 2021, say who said really it's a tribalist. But is that the person's opinion? So if you are in the media, people will criticize you. You got to used to that. If you go to Gainako, Demba Balde, all these online radios, they used to be heavily criticized. People that you call disagree. Even them see all pandering time over modern program, then they call disagree. Man, somebody once called into my show, Civic Education, was trying to criticize me, and they said they got drop line. I said, don't drop the person. Allow him to speak. You don't Diggle Freedom would have heard me. I have tolerance. But if you're part of a platform, then be ready to be scrutinized. As long as somebody sagudla, man, what I don't want is insults. But somebody can come and say Bantaba is biased. Why should I lose my sleep over that? If somebody says Bantaba is biased, that's the individual's opinion. You don't debate with opinions. Whether Sekou Sedile is right, what I'm saying is I don't rush to make a judgment. Those people who know me, I do take my time. I'm not time out make judgment killer. I'm situational observe. People do this in subtle ways. People do it in strategic ways. But the inner is what is important. And the inner is what is hard to analyze. The inner is what is hard to deduce. Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, if I walk Benawa, they jump on his throat. Barrow can say something, it will be like a moving comment pass. If it is divisive comment, Barrow Monjeka in the divisive comment fee, if you say people in URR should vote for you, and Mama Kende should join for you because you come from URR, what is the difference between what Alhaji Ousainou Darboe said? Sarahulolu nyante fon korosila. I'm part of United Democratic Party. UDP is the executive apex body of the party. Near decision is binding on me. But personally, do I agree with Batambedu? If you ask me, no. Yes. But in the decision maker in UDP, I'm not part of the executive. And I'm not sure even all the people in the executive probably. This is on the debate issues. Okay? Mr. Darboe, you comment me for thing. Farrell, is his opinion. Do you want to see everybody in UDP subscribe to that? No. Probably there are some in UDP who would agree, there are some who would disagree, because UDP is a democratic platform. But in the problem with these platforms, many along they think they're almighty, they cannot be scrutinized. Hey, put your horses down. We will have to scrutinize you. Once you open the platform, is Gambia, and people who listen to you. That's why even supermarkets here have said it, they put customer feedback forms. Bantaba, how many times have I asked people, go and scrutinize me? Go and make, anybody who wants to go and make an analysis of my topic on Bantaba, I'll welcome it, as long as Sagolo. Kasoma Sagasa, if you insult me, I will not respond. I've said that here. There are certain things if you say, I'll come to the platform and respond. If you make wild allegations, definitely. But let us lower our egos. Okay? Tribal politics is very sensitive in Gambia. So therefore, people see it. But you know what I'm trying to say to you? Barrow said a lot of things and he just gone away with them. Gambia, coming to UDP is the government and Barrow is the opposition. Because the way UDP, the mirror, yes, UDP is the biggest opposition party, but the UDP is not part of Gambia $2.1 billion economy. We are not handling that, are we? We are not collecting taxes only maybe at the local government, yes. But when it comes to national scale, look at the oil saga, the $30 million. It's forgotten. $30 million oil scandal. Because it involved the likes of Ablai Job, and they don't want to call Ablai Job out. How many people are talking about Ndobin? I've said it here. How many of them will call it? They will go after Alhaji Senou Dabo, but they will not be criticizing Ablai Job, who is allegedly an Ablai Sanyang involved. Yes, Mr. Dabo said this comment, which is unpleasant to certain people, and they see divisive. Yes, but how does, in terms of gravity, in terms of magnitude, the $30 million scandal is more of a higher wala na Alhaji Senou Dabo na alfalom de doyatale pour ka yamari bari atela kumo ngalo naba fola to nyanta gena ajibe la because mreketa because nate fe ngove vorek modol le katara lorim palantero to wolo kay they are just waiting for Mr. Dabo to just say something me alonko is controversial, just like animo batami ko momen fo nyimo sarahul alfon jibe. Yes, birayo vorek ndefango ho problem start ko denk. I said it. Then gonna friend Momodo Aliu Njai. I saw his post because yesterday I was in it. I knew he would write something because he was always there. Anything Barrow said, Dabo said, he will go out and say this. But he said something, Kafuko, this is why Alhaji Senou Dabo is not going to be a unifier. I think that is way too much. Alhaji Senou Dabo kude nandok def de jum. But Alhaji Senou Dabo is not a divisive character. No, I wouldn't agree with anybody on that. He is not. Alhaji Senou Dabo has successfully led United Democratic Party. This year, next year, 30 years. This year is 29, August 29. Alhaji Senou Dabo, jumala na amoy jangay mulu jahase party kono. Ndese wusedele na mana amoy. Kadaka foko kariko tenkari. He's not a divisive person. I can tell you that because I've been in UDP and I've worked with him. Naka diamal enkala manya jele mo namanan Alhaji Senou Dabo jaka mulu jahase party kono, and that's why he is able to lead that party for 29 years. If he was a divisive character, then abe UDP they dundela nyokono. You know men nyo sabakam flag biala ni fengolo what has nothing to do with Alhaji Senou Dabo's leadership. Because modo lebi fonke bulan chanchangal te doron. Iko ni do lafta mem fole ba fole. But in mem vogam Ablai Job, Ablo Sanyang, right now, Jumale ke told for new platform. But every day, you did. Who said to come to Bantaba and said, and I did not even mention any particular platform. But I'm not new Jisem Bopasi Wabi. Could Jisa Bopasi Wabi not only do after who said man, I don't come here and call any platform out, you are biased. If I want to, I would. But look, when you are making an analysis, you make a generalized. Definitely, I come to Nisita Kawandola. Nisita Kawandola. Imamu nalota la mimbaroto. Imamu nalota la mimbaroto. Yalo imamu kalola mimbaroto le. Ay kawandoke. Wado dole ni be siri me ka ko ni almamu bokantel la kumof. Kawandoka ke wole nyama. Analysis so be wole nyama. So analyze keneen mun a toog fi kii man la ma wax kale mun a wax dafa ma imam yi loolu la ñoo suñ dem di waare dangaa foog ne imam is talking about you. No, that's not the intention. If I come here to give a general analysis, I'll give general. But I didn't make special. But if any platform wants to see yourself in it because you think you're almighty, people cannot criticize you. Hey, Freedom Radio was mightier than any platform in this diaspora. Let me make that clear. Freedom Radio was the biggest. The level of influence Freedom Radio had on Gambian politics, there is no platform here, even right now, in this diaspora here, maybe Gambia, I'm not comparing it to the online radios in Gambia, but right now in diaspora here, there is no platform that is compared to Freedom Radio. Freedom Radio was listened to in Dakar. It was listened to in Guinea, Senegal, the whole sub-region, Africa, Asia. People used to listen to Freedom. At that time, TikTok amut. But still, people scrutinize Freedom Radio. Yes? Yes. So there is not going to be any platform that's untouchable, including Bantaba. Bantaba is not beyond criticism. Anybody can criticize Sehu Sedili, as long as Sago Loma. If you saga Minak, I'll be disappointed, because the money saga can. But to say that I am trying to silence people, Lolo Mom, Domokotonto, because the Bajisna Lolo is ignorance. Because fee can move to silence nobody. Unless if you don't know you're right, man can move to silence, only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can silence me. Why Baron Domi Adam Munuma silence? Teman Munuma silence nobody. Let me make it clear. So I just want us to elevate our understanding of democracy. Fee, everybody, all of you right now, 169 people watching me, you all have your TikTok account. If you want today, you can go TikTok live now. Can more last stop? Can more last stop? Maybe only TikTok can stop you. Right? So what sense does it make about this nonsensical narrative somebody wants to silence me? Man, I'll be ashamed to even say that. Man, I'll be ashamed to say it. All right? So let me move on. Then I go back to Baro. Baro, defini buga yab. Baro lafta molu yab lale. Adama Baro, ite mo stop la janka diamu. Because ntol nitel be kanyanta Gambia. Ni ay man la mi molu la crisis ko bo mo la State House. Yeta si manka mankunda. Mambore njay fa birim biya appoint sain yake ambassador Saudi mbala kumova Barbarias abonde minister of finance yala ndol buka to fonka sidi keta la tofo. So position be dami keba sabale be la kumo folale andi ko mel ko itata la to tambi be ku kelela. That's a threat. Baroya more threat in that. Ako mol mo ko atel tatam kala jabe ku kela molla. De mol ka bulo ko sayen ndeysan. Baroka gambino threat indi. Baro inyanta lo nako ite manke alati. Ntolo manke alati bari ite fana manke alati. Anu ite fon ila kote fon bula ala le bulu. Hadama dingo ni be diam la kanadiam ala koma. Nganyum voyna Baro. Ni be diam la tafala inshallah. Hadli yamo Baro ya fo inshallah ni ala sonda. Nte buga mo yala. Baro ka diam la rek comment atini ala ka communicate le. Tata ni la tata. Woto ta gambino le buru adama Baro. Ni lo tata gambino man katofo yala be nga degase. Atula Gambia la bari ni aja Baro be ni fit bon be soto kan because opposition on lebe kolanta yala ntol opposition damalu mbe ñu attaque la Baro sayeng dafa am baga because Baro dafa gis ne diaspora even opposition is fragmented. UDP ngol media mo ga tolle ala nga fayda soto ala nga nakul ke dolu bi je wol koital coalition okela with us. Should we lose our sleep over that? No, let nobody lose a sleep over that. People have a right to say we don't want to form coalition with UDP. But let me make it clear. Any coalition without UDP is a recipe to failure 101. Let me make that clear to you. And you can take this to the bank. If any group here forms a coalition, it will be a replica of NAD. And most of these people, the newbies in politics, they don't know even what NAD is. If you ask them what is NAD, they will not tell you. But the people who were there, NAD. Any coalition without UDP, it will be NAD replica. What happened to NAD? UDP did not join the coalition. How many percent did NAD join? Ala check bank. Bambas, alila result or check bank. Nadia Jelesoto. Lota. What percentage did they get? And this is where you guys are leading to. I've heard narratives. Let party X and party Y form coalition. Please go ahead. Alta, Demlen. Demlen. We will, in fact, that's why I said here, my prediction is coming right. It's going to be a 3-horse race. Okay? Because I saw this coming. Likely we'll have a 3-horse race. 3 horses. 1 horse, Barrow is going to lead. That is clear. Akate lola because according Keba Sabali will kate lola. Abe kukela Keba wala Gambia omono to sumayala. Keba le Barrow moile Keba Sabali. Akon al kate lola Gambia tratam abe kukela layal tratin. So akoni momo ganyi noto tatam fo. Ye parede ko albalo ne ko koboto ko liatal. Adama Barrow na ala kuma kamolo wota anyim fo berabe chapi kam. Manasi, the chief chapi cat, Adama Barrow. Aboda chapi la nyiwato kono so ako ni momo kade fanga. So saying Barrow lebe lola, horse killing su fulanja mo United Democratic Party lede. For ala jusino dabole be kelantula flabiarati bam for mo dolong process le be determine la. Yeah, UDP will go through the process. Ni over dol bukadia, but nte si who said nte I'm an institutionalist person. Ndete lola nga fo karre be kala flabiarati. Ndete o kela. Alright. Process ole be kala ni process ala jusino dabota tele be lola ni modo ta fono le lola. Ni ala jusino dabolota likely atele be kala flabiarati because ndol ko na apply la. Yeah, ngamro is clear. So likely na apply atele be kala automatically atele be kala flabiarati. Okay? But what I mean ko UDP is dictatorship because wolu men ko ita apply la right no they give respect to ala jusino dabo. So they were not forced, they were not coerced. Okay? And I believe in system. Let the system just take its course. And you know maladorong system way afan fix tulo yedum and you know yedum joy fenga ja moto e malaita right system wala katamant right agam nan plane over na system wala katamant fengo be nin killing fault it adoron den alamantankal right so institution of ananga tango wala nyama systems of the gambino malaf institution wala gambia la flabna yefi yama ne ndela fita nyinela man lila buga lolu was banana republic institution egolo so su fulanya wolo UDP so su sabanyango I am not going to go there. I think you guys can get it what I'm saying su sabale be kala likely based on ila supportal be men chapi kambao baroka mulka chapi mbaranga barola jin tamino la jibadengo sai gara bawo baroko molbe chapi kan so molbe be chapi kan diaspora jam fana ko ni UDP be coalition kono to bafle la parti kana so UDP iko by force UDP the coalition lead la ntolo nga tiñaro le ñun dañu yaha our hands are not clean but we have the support they don't have based on electoral result yet they said we should give our lolu ko nga na sabopa UDP with our solid structures with our 16 National Assembly members 2 mayors 2 chairmen countless number of councillors ngayo amulo benak elected councillor sa yes you cannot even have 1 elected. Okay, PDIs at least they have maybe 1 or 2 MPs. Yeah, I don't know whether they have councillors. Yes, but and you said UDP should go out of the way. I'm going to say here batela. Ni mudiamo fo ni ngaje ni debukala fika kajamo. Aya batele fo warta fam. Democracy is about numbers. Democracy is about people's choices. When you want to act in an undemocratic way, then yourself you are out of the perimeter, the periphery of democracy. You have to accept it or not. UDP cannot and should not allow smaller parties to lead the coalition based on democracy. When I have opposite, that's why when you want to form merger, be ajabuga chon, be nalaftaning aning jiki business merger katabe America jiki sana be Sweden. Okay, let's say Aji has $1 million and Jiki got $800,000. Ikoye business executive. Who is going to have the lion's share of decision making? Obviously, it's Aji. Aji got put more on the table. Ning Jiki le $1 million soto. Aji 800,000. That Jiki should have the decision making. This is simple logic 101. But Gambia, we are rare breed. We have rare breed of politicians here. Yes. Iko UDP then you are around that. Lolo Tamani, we will have a 3-horse race. This 3-horse race is not the situation I want. It's not the scenario I want. I'm just saying it out there. Bena analysis akelaga. But it likely will be kela. Likely. Because we've heard from certain opposition parties. We will not allow anybody to lead the coalition who is not a winnable candidate. Are you a winnable candidate? If Sehu Sedili is saying this, it's laughable. Is Sehu Sedili a winnable candidate? Because have not been tested. So how can the pot call the kettle black? How can the pot call the kettle black? Pot calling the kettle black. It among a winnable candidate. It a winnable candidate. Lolo, manga Gambia defa nehrek. You are not a winnable candidate. You cannot even win a National Assembly member position, even councillor. Now you are calling out saying we will not allow somebody who is not a winnable candidate to lead the coalition. Are you okay? Gambia never pass a nice aji. Gambia more nerek. Gambia water. If you want to laugh, because let me tell you one thing. Talk to health experts. Because my daughter studied a film of health. Need them the health experts only. Jello. It's good for your health. That's why sometimes I come here and laugh. More stress free. Laugh. You have a longer life. It gives you good health. Alhamdulillah, ni alay de maybe see my hand. Kajele. Ni la vida jelela. Go to Gambia social media, TikTok. You will laugh the whole day, because ika kuma kan sival boy more than laughable. More than laughable. It's only in Gambia. And if anybody wants to prove me wrong, bring other discussion. Only Gambia. You have the biggest opposition party. And people will say biggest opposition party Bobunu should not lead the coalition. So how did they come to that conclusion? Guten Abend, Nadalin Hadijatu Bailoba. Your conclusion is because of they are being judgmental. They already passed the judgment. UDP have failed already. They have already led the coalition. We did not lead the coalition. That coalition, Adam Barrow resigned from UDP. He acted, he contested on an independent ticket. He wrote his resignation letter from UDP. Oh, didn't you value that resignation? Adam Barrow, when he was campaigning, he was under the coalition ticket, not under UDP. But Wahabi Sadumasi sorry. Because man, I laugh. And even between them, let's see who is going to lead the coalition. That's going to be interesting. I'm not going to even talk. Yeah. But likely, let's prepare ourselves to have a 3-horse race. And the 3-horse race still nil after Barons are going in all. But will there be sincerity? That is the $1 million question. Because some of them, Mandinawa, I will say it here. What they did to Khalifa Salah, they will likely do to this 3rd horse. Because they said, if we vote for Khalifa Salah, we are helping UDP to win. Hey, we have been in this game for long. Yes. Because they said, Khalifa doesn't have the numbers. So Yaha Kartala. So Sumasana Khalifa Salah and UDP Moili. So they may also say, if I vote for this 3rd horse, which is unknown, who is going to lead the 3rd horse, we know the first one, Adama Barrow is going to lead. UDP, we have Glima, who is going to lead the 2nd horse. The 3rd horse, we don't know who is going to lead it. Okay? So I don't want to speculate, but whoever is going to lead the 3rd horse, we don't know. But that 3rd horse is going to be very interesting. So if I have a 3rd horse here, not only 3rd horse, man numbers, they don't have the numbers. So we are inadvertently helping UDP to win. And this is where Barrow is going to be advantageous to Barrow. Again, replica of 2021. I'm doing a constructive analysis here. Because when we come to Bandaba, we analyze in depth. Okay, we analyze in depth. That is the variance between this platform and many platforms. Okay, we do in-depth analysis. We go deep. We don't just talk on the surface. All right. So this analysis, that is the intricacy of Gambian politics. Iman Senegal, they sang. Jomai finding Prime Minister Songo, Molba for the Senegal. But imagine so far, il problem ya solve le because na President Jomai Faila diamo jele afundeta. Very mature diamo ayolek. All right. Unifying statement ko Prime Minister Suma Haritla. Prime Minister Franco, Jomai Mala Harit lady. But Gambia ajiba kata nyamin tol ma manage no. Nafi ko ludunta Mr. Daboning Adama Barrow teba because yaje Barrow nyale to wala na fa bakari tom mon jata ay audacity soto kata Barrow la office ka fay ko ni la tan tol ngi sopo be UDP le bayla Barrow fanam biko Barrow mu supa kanja mount le men ka tu chapi la atata kombo suko tam bitangol ya atata fa bakari tom mon jata wer fa bakari tom mon jata be siri fa bakari tom mon jata mo simalati ana alama e simaya because nina keba folo lo malo ate watila Fabakar to monjata be sirim podium to anim Barrow men kacha kulloto Barrow tata be chapi sukuta momen kontrol ka chapi nina men kacha kullo kono asita chapi podium kono anim Buhari fanan kacha tale this late Buhari Adama Barrow be Gambia anim president the late president Buhari men kacha tata chapi ako Buhari la kay ko ila opposition only manta court follow ako kay ko ibitala that was a private conversation between two heads of state. Because Barrow nabe chapi la, he has no boundaries. There's what they call secrecy, confidentiality. Wala na Adama Barrow, ni mo be kuma folay along because abita chapi la lungo na. Barrow yin chapi le be Barrow soft la because itele yin chapi for jang. Saying itele mbetele kumandila chief chapi cut online. Yale itele yin phrase yin iko itele nango koita itele mandika kamo moy multi telephone la bo iteka chapi le fo la kullo ini mol ka men kullo ikata ikavo ya ande fo buko understand fa bakaro to mon jara dara kullo ko na nyimfo fa bakaro to mon jara wallahi ngalon ko Barrow bita nyimfo la sukuta le podium o data fo lay because mo buka la fi nan tengata bi ni moy kullo mbesiri rek ako sewu seddi fo na ta nyinge saya mo lo ben falal abe malale ba fa bakaro to mon jara fana o nyomi ka furi mo o fana mela ferim palasol la yes o fana mela ferim palasol la so benim Barrow ya a name and shame katala kullo fo rally dula Barrow nyaw chapi la te Gambia Barrow ite manyana kala hada man ke chapi because ite ka chapi o men be ke nying brite sita jam ite mu story tellality ite ni president ol fonka men ka ja kullo kono atata meeting dole fonan to de malom banku jumalon de ako ani president dole be kacha la fana atata fonan kacha ako malo ka mune faye atata fonan iba interview la abo kacha because Barrow man the do's and don'ts long nanata diplomacy president ol ni men kacha kullo bun kono ibo kata lo platform de But Barrow cannot be president of any other country apart from Gambia. Wala na hani ECOWAS from ye fam fichandi le pour que ECOWAS secretary ECOWAS head of state ka man kala chairman ya di Adama Barrow. Because ECOWAS woli kalangolon ni la kumbe. Wol sa ndol sana Macky Sall bandawol dandala ko hey nyin telenga nyin londo ma lo mar nying alkana chairman ya di nyin la memba la Macky head of the wala journal. Barati do kala mutala 8 years Adama Barrow be president yala hani say kake chairman of ECOWAS head of state ya mano because aka chapi wo menga Gambia naka be o chapi sifa sambala ECOWAS Gambia billah wallahi dol we have a problem hani Gambia mala fi jele le ci jele billahi dol we have a serious problem in that country. It's just like you chapi lal men from the Gambia diaspora jam UDP waru ñoo lead coalition bi. And when UDP was fighting tooth and nail to liberate Gambia, most of them were not nowhere to be seen. And Limoma de Merlo, when UDP ladies, women, the likes of Nogonjai, and what happened this weekend, Fatien Sabali Afojane Worum, Fatien Sabali program binala lenin on the 19th, and donational binaka never more encourage the donational now more. Fatien Sabali la Kafo, Farato. Ni sibitolom tel tani kono la jusenu da be better la je UDP la alpha better la je. Then on the 26th Mandinaring ye bureau menke in the honor of the late Nogonjai, and this is very noble. Be God mo ni mira nyake ndolo ye bureau UDP la bureau ya mentola tala Nogonjai le ba yela la. So moli e funtije ye kodo bondi moliena e patio mako ngal ko kodi bono be siane bad molbe donation la to fat sen sabale ngal be tonto ngal be jayi bari ñi weekend olom So ndebe men fola mo liya wala nyinti ko UDP fere birol sotola UDP la musul men kam ko tala nogo njaay almani mani kafar kala di lay sukay tahaba melbe kalama revolution of fight kan yen fan ngeen nekkoon atol benu min tole melbe chapi kan jang TikTok nel ga fo UDP yaha Gambia UDP president dole fanan ko ate regret be Rwandan genocide be kala ma action ta aliye parti jumaleje aliye institution jumaleje membo ko mistake atole be chapi kan TikTok na la mansa kunana da fatol de mistake la. You telling us that when you are in government everything will be honky dory, everything will be fine, you will be problem free. You must be delusional. UDP a mistakes kale, and even tomorrow UDP will make mistakes. Yes, because how many mistake or not? Yes, but ndola good, the greater good, wale sinyata na tinyarot. If you put it on the scale, the positivity UDP brought for Gambia far outweighs the negativity. If anybody wants to debate on this, bring it on. Positive UDP in the Gambia. In terms of UDP members, the against dictatorship. Their members been tortured, butchered, as evidential through their testimonies at the TRRC. You saw UDP got the biggest victims, yeah? To salvage your country from the claws of dictatorship. That positivity far outweighs the negativity Al-Qaeda for coalition. But they will not talk about the positive side. They will only focus on the negative. Just like Alhaji Senodabo had done a lot of speeches. In his press conference, he called out Barrow to tell Demba Sabali to withdraw his statement. Did these people take that to their platforms to talk about that? But he's now talking about Sarahules. They're focusing on that one. He made a lot of positive comments here. He told Demba Sabali, said if they are ready to die for the country, it could be Fadaka Gambia. How many people took that as a topic? Demba Sabali made a lot of tribal bigotry remarks. The current agriculture minister, a strong pillar of NPP. I think he is number 2 in NPP, if I stand to be corrected. How many bigotry remarks that Demba Sabali said? Demba Sabali, yes, Alhaji Senodabo command more leadership in terms of cloud because he's the leader of the biggest opposition. But Demba Sabali today also is not an ordinary person because he's part of the ruling government and he's today agriculture minister, being paid over 200,000, 300,000 Yala allowance will make of collect salaries, given a state vehicle, 2 utility cars. How many statements, how many bigotry remarks I have? This is what really irate me about this unfair balancing in terms of analysis. And say who said the lead, did not call out Finak, Kumabuga Merenga Merema, because Kendoma do. Suma Turbengai, Wak Reksuba Bengon. Take a man, I was into something. You know, this weekend, I was into something. I was going to attend my daughter's graduation. I've got better things to do. But if people are inherently biased, when I call out my good friend here, Musa Jeng contributed immensely towards the liberation struggle. But there was certain times everybody knows that Sudemese platform, UDP, and we criticize him. And now he has calmed down a bit. So does that tantamount that we are trying to shut down, silence Musa Jeng? Can we silence Musa Jeng? Can? So I think that is at the mundane level. That discussion is at the mundane level. We need to do better than that. So, memem folale wala nyunti ko alinga focus na adama baro bondi. Ala nyuseno da wala nyindi amu. I wish ngale for most platform moto. But I elaborate because I'm jamale confusion. All right. So and Bata Medoloko is even within UDP more different mixed feelings also in the party, which is normal. Because allegedly, implicated in this assets thing. And these remain allegations, but they are serious allegations. Serious allegations. Bari, Baro Vanaya withdraw, Namemoy from the grapevines. People are saying that Baro any withdraw because Bata medicine, but no, Baro Namemoy, Baro ye you Bata medical reportedly Baro is Baro ko Bata medum UDP. So wala na withdraw Nigerian support. No. Near Bata medu withdraw, government should have maybe encouraged one of Gambian to apply. Gambian confess. Party leader la diamo tomando na maybe adanta walto. No controversy tekela. Gambiano support. Jani Bata bondije yes. Na adanta walto no no. Ajaw kumbal tetala TikTok to be catastrophe on Facebook. Yes, Nimanza Kunda bala candidates to withdraw. They should have supported a fellow Gambian. Farsen Zabale fela dun tamadengata. Bismillah Farsen. Inimbara. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Ibe finding. Yo, call the nyali. Baroko albe chapi kanne de. Ako kamfa ka tin na nada suro ako suro sino no. Ha.
Barola nyi fenjamale bulandin kun ko ne kana je Gambia dingolu nka tulum fenna
Yeah.
e ka saje ta mera wala fadiyata na kamalta
Yeah.
kantu seku bi Gambia kono birin Gambia kono fo Gambia e bantala momin doron ka fo baroye ko itita tatamula na loi respecto nyalen 97 constitution o min biye
Ha.
Tam limit man tarawoto kanto hani bi wala be Gambia be tamaka wala
Ha, tam limit jede.
Tam limit man tarawoto bar seku banko dingol la kangol munyinti o kola le banko dingol nata 116 million dundi constitution buko kunto mili be Gambia e bantale be la kamo bi je kay tandi ko man satina ko te min ben tol marala kas tambi sanji tanwala ata adama baro fango ya tandi molla ko man satina ko te min be Gambia marala ka tambi tamu fulala
Ha, ay wala fo de.
ko ndanyin kala luwale te andu mba silale mba londilale nta danna auto mba silale nta kola man sawo man sanate te nyin kamo bondino lano
Ha.
e bini adama baroko mili kanyin kuma kama fate ko ite lola imanya na lola tatamla wala ko ka te dimila fanaye la buka suto sino se ko amiro kuma la munyinti dalin ka kala kumo do manga kumo moyde alinga kumo moyde kantu bi mo jamale kanyim fode
Ha bari alon fate na ko menga dimi ako bi ko birito be kelola wolbe ma bodi la randale ko
bari ko jumale keloke kantu adama barona e keloke banku jumale kan
no adama o man keleke bi adama be Angleterre jam mo buka adama diam kam fo mo
adam baroka be UDP kono le sanji mu wanni fe
ha
ko adam baro fango ko akate sanji tawo fanke UDP la te nyane na mabu senda bo te kumuna baro la ko jahalo wartali
baro
ni tol min be diaspora momo be diaspora hani bila ni hakilo bulate kono ko nga UDP la lon kan singol nga waleta mimbe kabo bila mbe UDP le seku billahi hanni ta karkili li fole la kala file o UDP jumale be marali wo patio la inya ya mari pawo ikala file inya ya UDP la pati leader ji
yeah
kan tu tonya ni la itala fino la satele ita tarno sabatirin sate ko ne man sate tiyo ina na manyo
yeah
ita tarano korda kono inin korda tiyo manyo
tonya bara abuga dia mo birim baro fate mela ko birim baro ning atala single nyasi tadan America baro bala business all no even dot to UDP le ticket o sama ye baro sama America bo baro was doing business otumo
wala tinna sekunta nim baro katula nyim fola ko ha moli miliyalon ko ike siso lipako UDP mo ba wollo UDP hey moli kato minke UDP baro ma ko take UDP Momam barolo UDP. Barobe UDP le sanji muang anim feng. Mo fango nene malonko. Mo be UDP kono le binto mo Adama Baro.
But biri ya jamme be je fa sen biri ya jamme be Gambia fo Baro na lota podium moto le ka jamme challenge ana manange dot abogaki
kalinga ke kilimo tinga nyima sakunda boyndi amma ke foka biring 2016 moli yalo
Jojo Ndour yo sa broda du bagas mané dañu chapi
2016 moli yalo ndi o atole baro lota kadiamu moli
ya
moli kata jama bale ke UDP Adam Baro kana moli jalay ka fa moli ke siso busako barote lola o ko diminna katina tabuka suto si
bari fa sen ay molo traité na fana ko abe kukela wala Gambia ni wol funtita
wala en jahal
ya
akombe kukela nyilila yalo ngamo do law ka fa ko he barobe fe yalla hey
no manda fe yala
seku president o fango man nyanna fe yalla
no bari baro manda fe yala
mo min be marali mo million jelula wallahi seku ito man nyanna fe ya ko mo bole da kono
ba fa sen jumale ka chapi mona Adama Baro
kon jamalo
Adama Baro lon number 1 chapi lati wo banko kam
no Adama Baro Gambia dingolu alinga longa bulo du nyobudun koyo alinga kuning hey kuningo manche pare nyimati kuningo manke nyinyaamu alandarole
no Gambia nol nak mo mela kuma kundu mando yara bari Gambia non kunu na man si yankone de fat sende no kuningo manke ka pare nyima ke ka dum moto nyima la ka denika nyima dum Gambia no le kuningo muta woleti ke sanse kuningo has to do with civility of the attitude ni
pare ni moto nyima wol mo alala harjeleti alala ka hadama dingo da di mulungo keta nyawanya alala e dawo nya
ya
bar hadama dingo nyanta kuninna le fahamu ko se kuni fahamta mo buka turuila ila nyanto e ka wolon Gambia dingo la nga kuninga lon ko bankoli miliye fango soto president kilimbuka atina ye fango soto president oli ka walle falim tam limiti ya wala londi nindo nata ay silo do ku nata la ta attendanta wala ta te boje nindo nata ay jiyalu banko be ke jiyati jiku ambuka mira wala doye na way kuran ko sone andi doye na jati kende ya bunda way wo yirmandi seno bunda banko ka falinte ne bar sanji taworo banko mi ya ko so president saba wonte banko ya kairati de
anane president Messi da bugala vigula
wonte banko ya kairati de banko kuninta bi fahamta banko ndigo mi mboko Gambia ikoy ko sanji tawora wala ban president sabale jemara wonte banko e kayrati be biti do min kono be duniya la bangol kono duniya bantalen toli sontala man songala duniya le banta andun kan yimmi foko ala nene man jidulata andane ta jila Gambia e to janni duniya be ba Gambia di wolum fangole be lola nyin kuru yani tilimbal yami be banko kan aybo
wallahi
kuru yani tilimbal yami ngabe banko kan aybo bi nga don fana moy ba fala ha baba diya muta ako ba tambe dute bar to nyaale hanna tar ba useni wofo amanya na wofala bar sai ni Adam Baro e ba tambe du kale ko ya tumi la andun tumi jawbale min kete ya jamela fewol mo jelle be do ko la man sakunda kono mi yaron ko ye tumi
the NIA SAS director for TRC report ma foko inyanda amanya na do ko kala Baro ya singolo wakam
amanya na do ko
yeah Usman Sow is indicted in the report
ya jamela o mo tolule
ya
jamela ni solle
Gambia reva igama kumba bu am day ab kumba bu amul day la Gambia be wala nyama
ibebe o man sakunda kono do ko jana commission o lota janne ay molu ban ko ite do ko kala faysi yodango tanta fatinyaro mi yake andum banko fengo e wala tinya
yes
mi Adam Baro e wala sika
Adam Baro ya ta murindi bansa kono no one is talking about it
Adam Baro e wala ta ndai palaso bi ye nimba tambe bi tinyaro ke
oh very few are talking about it rather
mo manya na palaso di la wala bari allegation wala nga mancha ka lota male polo
allegation all of right now it's an allegation
ya tumiro le baka so ni wo tumiro yika manya na place mara to nyaale nga kana place mara fa janna be sene ala ko ko
tonya
bari mili be man sakunda ko ne tumita dum
all for ngo faten ibe kumo jamana right now million tons about $30 million dollars oil scandal, Russia oil. Report oil Ablai Sanyang anin Dobin Ablai Job. Molme Alongo Ibukala Kumofobake, they barely talk about Ablai Job. They don't talk about him. That's a big almost scandality. Be Adamanya the old Shindila, near Adama near Batamberula Fengon you withdraw. Why are people not demanding Adamabaro this people should try? But they are focusing on Useno Dabola's speech. Yes, Useno Dabola speech member, Amanya Nafola, Molba Jelako tribal on fine.
So kumo nyin duntana nyin kumo le kono yo bar sign ni ko batam bedu tedo kuokela fine ate do kuokela bar milibe do kuola dum andi tumi tal fawli man nyanna sila bang fajanni be seneyana so man nyanna sila fajanni be seneyana no Gambia dingolo alinga kalango kem fangola Adam Barode obe minto aka folen yi hayna mbibe yaila ibe andu se ku killing se o fana mirade ntebe sobirim minna jama ka fole da andu laftalala kumolal de ko diaspora nyim voting ya rejectle bari tolbe min kele ba be kele wo kola last minute
ya ila role kala wala na momo e prepare
somebody fite bungoto abe tambilal de because atela molle me
hay ba samala emergency fengoleti ya samaje fat rek yake
ya somebody o ba tarre tol Gabon mili bije ya kaito di wala ya kaito di Mauritania kaito di Ghana kaito di Nigeria le tani bulali be
wala be kekam bari nga fo janne last week fo ma fo ja wala be kekam
Europe kono ite singolo wala wato America kono Europe kono ite singolo wala wato so ibaje la ko last minute ibe nyin sambala dipite bungoto anda be tambila le na tambita sayin intolmi ya don ko man ID card soto man ken soto sayin te iba falel ko sayin miliya soto waya ke mili ma soto la kube buluji andi be box sole sambala nyin dulali be to andi yalon se ku ka Gambia je bi Gambia futata ndami Gambia mo kulu kan sumunale tin to bele be sidu kudoka momo e sumuna kudoka be woyle fangole koto yanna be futala modo ko anna tare kata nyin jana min to Mauritania nyol min to Gabon nyol ka dulali militofo se ku woli be la baadi ngol lebe Gambia andu woli be fe so taje abe kata Gambia
tonya
oto bi ni wol fanan tawta iko misalo fe nata nyi murundi nan ko diaspora be carte fale box o sambaje I tawta ya ni barola ma sibo min bijabe kupila ni be ko ngotan koy fanan bota Gambia
ngole fo wala ne nga mol moy ka fo lu fa won rek ko ay fa won na fa won digo hani baro winda fo molte barola fo fasen baroma win 2021 fo mandra baluka
se kun taka wala fo fatte ke setiol milibe Gambia ne ritije nyodani tije ni la fite carte di barola
exactly
ya di barola utolibe min nola wala min tikande di amola
exactly
amantan kuranna amantan tija farala amantan dewla hanifen
wallahi
ya modo rombe on fanya lawla because me mona di amula ko tanke tanji joli ba fala moli yoko alibe forin kurango minari manya na folala be nyin duniya la bango min alla jati kende amin be tinyarin ten atoli nyante jara la Gambia banko kanal man sula kata handulato nali alla nyanto yakumo befo ni ne moy ya di ala saibe muna fala koteke kantu follow barota fala moye ko ite singolo la Gambia be fala le bari be lola kantu haninte billahi baro winter 2026 baro ko momo kadi yamu ni nata jambe nyine kelela ama follow lan telela mi tala Gambia le yala mu jetabe min kelake nandi nyon jamabe wolenya bi baro kanyi min fotembe ku kelalla adam baro fango da handi kana ku ke mola ku ke mola anama min ke mola
wallahi
saya kabande
wallahi adama baro mangi alati de adama de ngole mati de hada badi ngola mati amange alati de ngole fay jande
man sayami ya iba kante ya bula ima bula tebe bula la bi Macky Sall hayna be sirin dami
ya ka sapu moliye adama baga ka sapu ya
milike nyori ya milike la special advisor ti ngoli jele woli be ya jamme man sakunda ko ya jamme nyin tinyaro min beke walla mu yiri suloti milika ya jamme so sembola ka soro walla kata ya jamme yiri suloti e ka sembo di ala bi ite walla kata ne ko walla keta advice walla mu itala do kulat walla mu itala ko beti wallahi baro min kata jamme la sakeno ilale min betilo min toyta kuno la mole la mbe duniya la bangal kon hani ya jamme na murta nan gambia man sayata kununga e min no biya ta
adanola
mbe duniya la bankoro to seku batunge bula yela programme oke
abaraga foni nga programme mol haklo blandi fana yela programme ni sibitolom
mbe molu tentula le seku moli ben danku kanne
ha
ambe fanan tentula wato mine tumo mine wato dinna pour kanyum programme ko jang moli ben danku kanne moli be sota fengo ke kanjele
ya
ni sota fengo kajembe tentula mbe jayila yake bankola kula kam
ya
andu momo lotela bankoy wallahi ala be lole alama ala loyi
amin ya rabbi
momo e te ofendundi je alama ala million say ndano
ya
kenyine kamanga UDP man sakunda soto
ya
bay tol bela jiko mo wolte ko ni UDP man sakunda nata Gambia be falin nan alama ala UDP
amin ya rabbi amin ya rabbi amin ya rabbi
ay kembe nyala ay kenken do nyala
amin ya rabbi
asu horomut alama ala kambe mo sabati UDP kono
amin ya rabbi bari keba sabale mala na la buroda be kala nyamende
akoy milike siso yalla no la fa sabalen ka yalla tamin katula fala hey barote sida nani fali barote nola barote ko barote ka e baro mo la ka be kukele la ngai ni baro ko karambe taralori na ni mistake ka fo baro e busan
no ni nyobori wala ke bale baro boy di la ke boy olon abe dula ga abaraka farsen abaraka ni sibito lo
min kanana wolun na programme oti han kabi amalle momo lafta mi o min kele sake
alaji jabi fana ni me lafta kudo ke la jabi fana sake no alaji jabi fana
be jele alaji ngawale fainka alaji la ñu holiday alale wulin intonde la holiday time
ha wolonde jambaro le mali nadi am dala ñintili bulo nak nadi am dala ñintili bulo
atel ni ñil kata dulal beto dawde ñanta talaji to fe ñanta safila tele be lori o be alama alaya fanan jo ay seynan kayro ko na intara kayro
baraka bake farsena baraka yo ala baraka bake mbadi ngolo so ate mela bena line tol yela la mo jama lafto diam la maybe in the next 10 minutes I'll open the lines for the callers to have their say, but I just want to recap kafaleko Adama Barrow te mo dendi la no jang. Adama Barrow cannot silence no one here. Adama Barrow doesn't own the Gambia. Adama Barrow ite mo silandi no banko kan because imanke alati ima hadama dingo droneti palazzo membe di karafolom, and you don't have powers is vested in you. I know you don't understand English, but they say powers vested in you. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wale sembosor ibe nyin chapo mena microphone oto ya jame nyin dia molle kedang kamulu silandi bi ya jame hayna equatorial Guinea hana fongola banko kan abuka hanyi kataji 8 years jamme binalale jamme tina jamme mo gambien olti moment jamme stopayta gambiele wala na hadama dingo ni be power danka adoma ko alaji sadawda karaba jawara tala alama ni mani kafar kala din gambino le adoma ni ma ku saku walatinna biring abeleta gambia be ya bunya we all came together nga mourn over his demise nga celebrate because I owe you roll fee wala falinta but ita be yiri fee kan kamulu silandi sadawda karaba jawara man silandi yiro to gambia de ka fo mole ko nale fundi tambe ku kala sadawda karaba jawara woto mo amite student ol ko be protest la police on lafta ke kuke la ko ga libule protest baro ite kala o nyama baro ite kamuta ko ite le tamu bankoti fo ite yakala sadawda mabang hani because aldaji ko lu mankili o mo democrat le 101 bi ka mo le nal fundi tambe ku kelalla sama membe kela adame malong nde se hused li malong ala subhanahu wa ta'ala da male along biya mo dolu bi je nyaton ko manyana kela na fatala hada madi wonyante famma jilale hana traité a fil ko mol lafta volontaire le kala banko ka ini mol ya domam bari kamolu silandi Macky Sall ya ke Sénégal le Macky Sall le afela exile so mbeda na woto baro bari chapi itolo number 1 chapi lati Gambia mo buka chapi tati because ite men kata si interview to e ka foko ite ka sele kaba euro la 500 meters there is no kaba 3 that's 500 meters chapi man tambi wala again ite le chapi da foida da faba kare tombo njata wer sukuta ani men fo kullo bungono so itolo Gambia la number 1 chapi lati ntolo nintolo be chapi le bukan tolo jo bari ite ka chapi le ntolo be jolo $500,000 ela nyim $500,000 se hu said le telephone nga wer bantaba yani what some Gambia ba fol birimba fol ko baro is earning 500,000 some people were skeptical me nte manduma de wahanto I have evidence barola salary slip I've got it here minister sola salary slip I have it here this is a responsible platform we deal with accurate information ntolo man ke talk shopti okay here we get information. We have people who are close to corridors of power that share vital information. That's why bring Adama Baro Bama la letrojek bantaban tolenga share tolenga expose. That's what this platform for, because we're here to expose corruption. Until we are not here just to have a go at opposition. Analyze opposition, whatever they say. The focus should be on the government because they are in charge of our $2.1 billion economy, not the opposition. You can scrutinize the opposition. But really what really frustrates me in Gambia is when people wholly and squarely sniff off Alhaji Senudabo's topic, they will talk about it. Barrow has said a lot of wayward remarks. Even this divisive statement, I'll come in for them. I'm going to repeat it here. Where were you lot when Barrow said Mama Kande should join him because Mama Kande is from URR? Sehumbalo joined him because Sehumbalo is from URR. And Barrow said people of URR should vote for him because he's from URR, just like Fonyinkas voted for Yaya Jammeh. And Nyani people voted for PPP. What is more divisive than that? What is the variance between Barola's statement and Alhaji Senudabola Sarahulle, Kava Sarahulle Kalman? Yes, party leader Tumando Amanya Sarahulle, I said, Diamono Ninter Afo, but this guy is a Gambian. Alba Bondila je Nalman Gambiano replace Minan Lalben Nigeria support la. And that is a constructive criticism. I have no problem. People constructively criticize Alhaji Senudabo. But when it's inherently biased, when it is discriminatory, that's where our problem is. Well, Ablai Job right now should be the talk of this TikTok, but they are not talking about Ablai Job for reasons best known to them. Even they will talk, it's a one word. But Alhaji Senudabo every day, go and talk about Alhaji Senudabo every day. Nobody's stopping you, but we will also call out the inherent bias. Okay? Nobody can stop us from talking about that. Because everybody have your opinion. And you know what? Again, let us not devalue our discussions. If anybody is conscious, you know you're right. You will not say somebody wants to silence you. Me, I will never say somebody's going to silence me because nobody can. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can silence me. And to some extent, my parents. But apart from that, nobody. I will choose whether to talk or not. I will choose whether to come to Bantaba or not. All right? But no platform is beyond criticism. Let me reiterate that. Bantaba can be criticized. Once you open yourself to public discussion, invariably, you're opening yourself to scrutiny. Scrutinization is not only limited to politicians. Even those of us in the media should be scrutinized. But this is where our civic education is limited. Because people think that it's only leaders, Alhaji Senudabo, Adama Barrow, who should be scrutinized, or maybe people in government. No. Within ourselves, we should scrutinize one another. There is no limitation of scrutiny as long as it's done within the purview of respect. All right? And we need to go way above that. When they say something, you come on, oh, no one is above criticism. And you know what? For me, When I was called out, I will say this. When I was called out that I was tribalist, I didn't even bother because I know it's a lie. If you know that something is a lie, why bother about it? Somebody, if you think something is a lie, for man kuma tumal dara and it's dusuma jiku, well, I'm not going to lose my sleep over it because I know that I'm not a tribalist. This is the only platform that we even will do analysis in Wolof and Mandinka simultaneously most of the time. All of. How many platforms will do analysis in Mandinka and Wolof together? Maybe, but Bandaba is, we have this uniqueness in us. We delve into English, Mandinka, Wolof at the same time because it's diversity. There's no other platform here that does that. Yes, that's true. We have that under our belt. All right. So lolo that Gambia, nanyen yatal watanbi, nanyen bay wahine ki def mabuga silence because lolo nyaka hamla, niki so hame nga hamsa right ken munut la silence law. Even Adama Barrow cannot silence us. Yes, he's got the constitutional power. He's the president of the Gambia today, but he cannot silence anybody. Only thing he can do is instruct the police to arrest you. And even the police arrest you, Adama Dolamona teach, Adama da fly you court. Court, George Mola teach law. So if you are found guilty, Adama cannot lock anybody else. The maximum Adama can put you on a detention according to the constitution is 72 hours. By hook or hack, then lower a charge while you buy. So we are not in a jungle. So Adama cannot lock anybody. Adama be sorona. Adama te mo sorona no jang. Koto kiti bunda wala ka Adama dingo soron. Wala na momanya na silala Adama la. As long as ibila tonya fokam. Momanya na Adama Barrow nenna. Nendiro fo momanying. But Adama mu Adama dingo leti. Amanke alati. Just like ntol mu Adama dingo leti manke alati. So this is where I want to discuss it because some people are there. Oh, Alhaji Ousainou Darboe should not have made the statement. Yes, Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, in hindsight, should not have made a statement. But Barrow had made similar statement before. Where were you when Barrow made a... Probably, I don't know whether you were in the politics then. Barrow made a lot of nasty political remarks. Look, Dembo by force made worse remarks than Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. And he's the president of National People's Party. When he said, there's a party in Gambia, if they win, all the Fullers and Mandinkas and Jolas will go to this place, Fullers will go to Guinea, whatever. That's a tribal rhetoric. Dembo Sabali, how many times did he make tribal rhetoric? Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, then they yakam to move def dara lo hamderek, they will have, oh, we have a field day today. Like I said, people cannot stop talking about UDP for 2 days. If that happens, probably I'll take holiday from Bantaba for a month. 2 complete or 3 complete days, no reference to UDP. If that happens, then I will have a break and take summer off, maybe for the rest. Anyway, guys, this is the thing. If you do that, that is the truth. Okay? Me, I will give my opinions. And let me reiterate that maybe most of you are new in this. Freedom Radio was the biggest platform here in the diaspora. And they were being scrutinized. When we were there, we were being scrutinized. We were being called all sorts of names. They call us dictators. They used to call them Siyala Pandere by dictator. Did he lose his sleep over that? No. Once you have a platform, put the ego down. Let people criticize you. Yes, accept it as long as Ken Sagudla. What is wrong is Saga. Saga mom defa nyao. But you cannot say people cannot talk about you. Let them get out of the media space. People come here and criticize Bantaba. There was a time Musa Jang called us like we are not whatever. Listen, I said Musa Jang, this platform is more important